Today on ElementTV, we catch up with Hyahno Moser from Nature Play Queensland about the release of their new app, Grow with Nature Play. Hello and welcome to ElementTV. My name's Lachlan Ryan and I'm really lucky today to have a very special guest with us. His name is Hyahno Moser from Nature Play Queensland. So welcome to the show, Hyahno.
Thanks for having me, Lockie.
Thanks for coming along. So Nature Play Queensland in itself, for those who don't understand what it is, tell us a little bit about it and where it's come from and where it is now.
So Nature Play Queensland, well, what we believe in Nature Play Queensland is Nature Play is fundamental to a full and happy and healthy childhood. And we are, Lockie, in the middle of one of the most serious changes and shifts to childhood in human history, where, especially in relation to the way they play. Kids' play has now gone from outdoors and active and social and community orientated and independent and explorative to now it's indoors, largely sedentary, highly structured and fearful and risk averse. And this is having a massive impact on our kids' overall health and well-being, and it's now become a source of grave concern for the community. And particularly with Nature Play now, you've got something that's pretty exciting coming out that's new that we've been working on as some promotional videos for. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what people can expect, parents particularly, what's coming their way? So yeah, we're really excited about this new resource, and it's targeted at 0 to 3 year olds and the parents and carers of 0 to 3 year olds. And we believe it unlocks the secrets about why outdoor play is so essential for our kids' overall healthy development. It's an app. It has 99 amazing, super fun, easy, simple nature play, outdoor play activities for parents to do. And they can save and record all their memories, they can tick them off, and then they can watch as that feeds their play reports. And they can look at all of the areas of development that outdoor play has supported: their social emotional development, their communication and language, their problem solving, learning and thinking, their physical movement. And luckily we've thrown in an area of development that we think is really important to us, which is connection to nature. So we're making sure that we're raising a group of kids that are really connected to their environment.
And all of those things are really important. So for parents, how do they start and what do they have to do to get involved to use this app?
Well, they'll be able to download it from the stores, and then they just add their nature plays and add their nature players, and then they just go straight to their journal and sort out and find all the activities. The app itself is designed to be used at the end of the day. You can use it out there, but you can also tick off all the activities that you've done that day, at the end of the day, and then watch all that information, feed their reports. In their journal, you could write some cool little notes about what they did, cute things they said or did, things that make those memories precious. Yeah. And then you can add photos to all that to your journals as well. Yeah. And all that can be shared across social media. But one thing that's really cool about this app is that we've built in a Nature Play village. So if I have the app on my phone and my wife has the app on her phone, what I do with our children outside, she can see, but also it connects the grandparents can see and uncles can see as well, and we can know what their kids done, and we're building a network of community, a village around our children of outdoor players, which will support them in their outdoor play endeavours as they get further in and later into childhood. This
is obviously a fantastic app, and for you particularly, there's a lot of heart and soul I've seen it from you has gone into this, developing this, all the countless hours going through it all. For you particularly in your childhood, what do you remember from your growing up, and how does that affect your role in Nature Play and how you are as a parent, because you're a parent of children yourself?
Yeah, I mean it's the reason why I suppose I'm so passionate about all this, and I've got a lot of energy and enthusiasm for these resources, is that I did have an outdoor childhood and I reaped all the benefits from that, and I think I just took for granted that would always be there. And that sadly, with this shift towards an indoor childhood, then my children's ability to go outside and play is challenged, and that's not just outside my backyard. I can get my kids outside, but then who are they going to play with if there's no one else out there? So we need to get our communities back out playing for our children, because they'll only go outside and play if there's other kids out there that'll keep them interested.
Definitely. So you talked about the developmental side and the activities. From what I've seen, you tick them off and you can see exactly what that is doing to their child, how they're developing from that. What else is beneficial for parents in using this app with their kid?
Well, it's promoting activities outdoors and nature in natural settings, but it's also, they've got to go with their child, and especially with their 0 to 3 year olds. And then I don't know too many parents who just send their 0 to 3 year olds outside to play. They physically have to go with them. So you're creating these moments where you're out there sharing these adventures with your child. The look and wonder on a baby's face as they touch nature, experience dirt, feel sand, look at trees, hear the wind blow, smell the ocean breeze, and you get to see that on your child's face, and you share in them their experience, and then they'll look at you and mirror their experience back, and your look and wonder at the look and wonder on their face creates a moment of deep bonding and connection with your child, and that is priceless for any parent.
Yeah, definitely. I know we saw a kid when we were out filming touching sand for the first time on the beach, and it was pretty special, definitely. So we went and filmed Dr. Rachel Sharman recently. She's a lecturer of psychology at the University of the Sunshine Coast, and she was talking about how this app does all these different things for the kids, for their brains and how they develop, some of those things you touched on before. So we'll have a little bit of a look at what she had to say when we went and interviewed her.
Fantastic.
The thing about brain development to remember is that we're actually born with far too many neurons. There's an explosion of neuronal development in the first year of life, and then we start to prune those neurons. And how they are pruned is via experience. So basically what happens, the neurons that are used over and over again, they stay like a well-exercised muscle, and the ones that are not used at all wither away and die. So there's a critical or a sensitive period, particularly between 0 and 3 years, where kids really need to have experience to wire their brain. So you need to ask yourself, what kind of brain do I want my child to wire? Do you want one that's just all about screens and indoor sorts of activities, or do you want a child who can get out there and negotiate and problem solve and adapt to nature's challenges and actually figure their own way through the world? And I think that's what's been missing in modern childhood more recently. So kids who grow up who are connected to nature and who are closer to nature spaces, they grow up with lower rates of ADHD, better concentration, they have better self-regulation techniques, which is really interesting. So they're learning to manage their emotions themselves, and they're also handling stress better. And we're not quite sure what's going on here, but we think it's some sort of inherent human need to be connected to other living things, and that's sitting at the basis of this biophilia or this connection to nature. And it's essentially creating a little ecosystem for your child to grow up in, that your child has evolved to grow up in. And when we've tried to replace that with artificial sort of plastic fantastic playgrounds or concrete jungles or even social media, it seems to have thwarted an innate human need. So bringing that sort of old-fashioned or evolutionary kind of biological basis back to your kids' play experiences appears to be really, really important in getting the best possible psychological development for them. Doctors are telling us that for some children, that constant exposure to screens and sort of not particularly real people on Facebook and all that sort of strangeness going on in today's modern world has really perhaps influenced or is a factor in psychological problems for children. So getting them off those screens, getting them back outside, getting them socialised with real people, because they're actually working in a group with real people to solve actual problems in the real world, seems to be very, very important for childhood psychosocial development.
Obviously, Rachel has some really good points about the development of the child, as well as this app for parents. Nature Play Queensland is doing a range of other things in the community as well as for parents. How can people and organisations get involved further?
Well, we are a community service, and 99% we create resources that cover all aspects of outdoor play, from the child itself to educators to community groups. We've got resources for neighbourhoods, and 99% of our resources are free and accessible off our website. So you can go on there and get access to all sorts of things. And probably one of our most successful resources has been the passport to an amazing childhood. And that has seen phenomenal success, and just sort of highlights how concerned the community is about this reduction in outdoor play. And we've had over 160,000 of these passports just ordered in Queensland alone.
Wow.
And that is 20% of children under the age of 12 in Queensland.
Yeah.
So 1 in 5 kids now in Queensland are swapping screen time for green time. And that's a fact that we're really proud of.
Yeah, definitely. And you're doing great things. So from your perspective, what do you want to see happen with the implementation of this app and going forward, everything else that you're working on?
The main intention for starting and creating this app was to create a resource that helps parents of 0 to 3-year-olds get their kids outdoors and establish healthy outdoor play habits right from the start. And then we hope by having those great experiences outdoors with their families, that'll hold them in good stead through their middle to late childhood and into adulthood.
Well, Hyahno, you're doing great things at Nature Play Queensland. I've seen you and your work and your tireless commitment to the cause. I wish you all the very best, and thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for your interest and your support, Lockie.
Grow your child's sense of wonder, their confidence and curiosity, health and well-being, and family bonds by downloading the practical play app that helps families grow a happy and healthy child.